Welcome to another episode of Red Sox Classics here on NESN. I'm your host, Don Orsillo. The first half of the 1988 season was a disappointment to Red Sox fans as a team with high expectations struggled to a 43-42 record at the All-Star break. Everything changed, however, when ownership elected to fire manager John McNamara and install Joe Morgan in the interim. The team responded by winning their next 12 games, 19 of their next 20, an astounding 24 straight at home. The fans at Fenway on August 13th were privileged to see the culmination of Morgan's magic as the team won its 24th in a row at home in dominating fashion. By the time the Detroit Tigers came to town on August 13th, the Sox had risen to second place in the division and were pushing the Tigers for first. Eventually, the Red Sox would pass the Tigers for good, garnering a coveted first-place AL East finish and a spot in the postseason. Let's head out to Fenway to see why that 1988 Red Sox team simply could not lose at home.
The Detroit Tiger lineup: Lou Whitaker at second base, Pat Sheridan in left, Alan Trammell at shortstop, Dave Bergman at first, Chet Lemon in right, Matt Noakes catching, Darrell Evans the designated hitter, Dwayne Murphy in center, Tom Brookins at third. The umpires will be Larry McCoy back at the plate, Drew Coble at first, Don Denkinger at second, and Tim McClellan calling the plays at third. And out on the mound for the Red Sox, Mike Boddicker.
Boddicker having a tough time against the Tigers throughout his career. 2 wins and 10 losses lifetime. And the last time he beat the Tigers, as Eric Reed mentioned in the pregame show, 1984.
So he owes him one. And a strike. We are underway at Fenway.
Both losses this year, though, to the Tigers. He pitched very well. Lost 1-0 to Robinson back in June as a member of the Orioles. And, of course, the second game of the doubleheader that he lost 3-2 in Detroit. So they've been good jobs by Boddicker.
The wind is blowing out. It is a hitter's wind right now on this hot afternoon, and that one is lofted into the wind, but Ellis Burks has things under control. Whitaker is out. Lou was hitting .263 with 8 home runs. The Detroit second baseman flies to Burks, and there's one away in the first inning.
We talked a little bit about Boddicker. This is the second time working on 3 days rest, but in both of those games, pitched 6 2/3 in Detroit and then 5 1/3 in Milwaukee, so that really shouldn't be that much of a factor for him.
Got into the 6th inning in Milwaukee and got the win out there, the only one the Red Sox had. Here is Pat Sheridan, the left fielder, and the soft curveball over for a strike. Sheridan at .263. 11 home runs and 45 runs driven in. Another of the overachievers for the Tigers. Good fastball spotted on the outside corner with a bit of movement.
To be effective, Boddicker's got to hit those corners, and that's exactly what it does right here. Fastball tailing away a little.
Right side, Benziger. Playing it alone, taking care of Sheridan, and there are 2 outs. So he's gotten a fly ball and a ground ball, Boddicker has. Well, it's 97 degrees at Fenway Park.
What new?
It's about that was the temperature it ended up in County Stadium on the last day we were there, Thursday. Started the game at 89, ended up at 97. It is 97 with the wind out of the southwest blowing out. And here is Alan Trammell. Enough said. Ball 1. Trammell hitting .320. 11 home runs, 55 batted in. Fastball, Larrup towards center. Burks back. 1, 2, 3 for Boddicker. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. The Red Sox lineup this afternoon, virtually the same as last night, with Wade Boggs at third base, Spike Owen at shortstop, starting his 2nd straight game, Dwight Evans in right, Mike Greenwell in left, Todd Benziger at first base, Jim Rice, the designated hitter, Ellis Burks in center field, Jody Reed at second base, and Rich Gedman catching. And that lineup will face the big right-hander, and boy, has he had a year, Jeff Robinson.
Certainly has, Ned. But against the Red Sox, no wins and 2 losses this year. Did have a win against them last season, beat Al Nipper here on June 5th. But Well, we all remember the game last Sunday, what a great job that he did. Overall, 13 wins, 5 losses, a 2.65 ERA, which is third best in the league. Kind of sandwiches in between Clemens and Higuera. Only 105 hits in 153 innings, 98 strikeouts, and 58 walks. Good live fastball. Likes to keep the ball down, a hard slider, and the split-finger fastball.
He used it very well a week ago in Detroit, but Bruce Hurst outlasted him. Boggs spills a foul off to the left side, strike one. Wade at that 357 mark.
Interesting, Sparky Anderson talking about Robinson, saying if he'd have won that game last week in Detroit, people would be talking about him for the Cy Young Award winner. Had that kind of season.
13-5. You're darn right. He's won some big games for them. Their pitching, of course, has kept the Tigers up there for so long. They have not been a team that's going to get a gang of runs every afternoon or night, but they just beat you. And the two guys around second base who can beat you a lot of times. Robinson will handle that, and Boggs is out. Wade right back to the box to Jeff Robinson. Robinson is from Ventura, California. 26 years old. Last year with the Tigers, his first year with them, he won 9 and lost 6.
To give you an idea about how the Tigers have been scuffling offensively, they scored 3 runs or less in 20 of the 29 games since the All-Star break, but still only have a 9 and 11 record in those contests, so they're doing some pitching.
Yeah, you bet. Here's Spike Owen with a couple of big hits last night to key some rallies. Spike at 249 with 5 home runs and 14 batted in. Getting a chance to start his second straight game. Barrett being set down for a day or two. Marty's been struggling with the bat lately. Tom Brookins at third right on the grass watches that one go foul.
Barrett very early today out in the batting cage, took a whole bucket of balls out with him, doing a little work against the machine, and took some extra batting practice on top of that on the field, so trying to work himself out of a slump that he's been in.
1 ball and 1 strike. Chopping toward first, it's going to be foul. One thing about Marty and the type of hitter that he is, you don't expect him to stay in a dip very long because he's going to make contact with the baseball and eventually it'll start falling in again. But the guys that have the trouble, if they get into a dip like that, are the big free swingers.
That's right. And you know, he had a tough time in Detroit, and he mentioned that in Milwaukee. He said they just pitched me tremendous, and he said I had a tough time, and it sort of carried over with him into Milwaukee, and not a bad time to sit him down. You would think with first, chasing the top team in the league that maybe you wouldn't want to, but worked out fine last night.
And the man at the plate needed some time in at shortstop, too. Spike Owen. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Spike. When Barrett is down, you don't lose an awful lot around second base shortstop because these guys are... Well, Spike is a proven player at short, and Reed has shown that he can handle the job at second base. Base hit, right field. Line drive, base hit by Spike Owen.
Well, with the game Spike had last night and then that first at bat today, he wants to prove that, hey, I belong in this lineup, and I want to play in these big ball games. Fastball, it got up a little bit. Spike's able to take advantage with it, a hard line drive to right field.
He has handled the whole thing very well, I think, after speaking his mind early, saying I would like to be traded if I can't be accommodated here, and having nothing against Jody Reed or anything else. But he has been getting himself ready every day and has handled it very professionally. Now Dwight Evans is up at 302 with 10 homers and 75 batted in, 3 hits last night. Strike from Robinson. Dwight had been in a slump, really. Had a real tough time in Milwaukee. Going over. Some strikeouts included. 0-1 to Evans. Rips it Foul to the crowd in left. Hard. He was right on that one. Pulled it a little bit too much.
Also, battling that food poisoning that he got in Milwaukee, was glad to get that out of his system, and that had to kind of tire him out a little bit, too. Had to feel very, very sluggish in Milwaukee. You can tell he's feeling a little bit stronger now, pulling these balls with some authority.
Had that virus, maybe a 24-hour or whatever it was, but that's got to weaken you regardless. Try to get back in the lineup in a hurry, why it can hurt you. 2 strikes to him. Watch out. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, it's a scary pitch when it's up around your head, and especially in these day games with the ball coming out of those center field bleachers. A little bit tougher to pick up. You start leaving a little sooner during the day.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Count hangs. Jeff Robinson, 9-6 last year with no saves. He became a starter. The call from Toledo in April last season replaced Willie Hernandez in the bullpen and got 9 wins. Primarily a starter until moving to the bullpen in September. That was last season. But this year he has been a starter and a bulwark for this ball. This is a very pitching-rich staff over here that Sparky Anderson has. Veteran staff. And again in tight. He claims that he's hit. Dwight Evans trying to get a call there, claiming the ball grazed his arm. And plate umpire Larry McCoy says no, sir.
Almost like an afterthought right there by Evans. The ball running back in on him. Looks like it might have caught underneath the elbow. That's where he says it hit him. Now, right now, I'm going to tell him I get hit.
Yeah. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of movement on that fastball.
A high drive left field. Hangs up, and gone. Home run. 2-0 Red Sox. Dwight Evans with his 11th, putting the Red Sox into a quick lead.
Well, and he's happy right now that ball didn't hit him, or they didn't call it, one of the 2. Last couple of days, Evans seems like he's been looking for the ball in and trying to pull it. See that ball running back in on him, and he does get a hold of it up into the net and puts this crowd off, excited very early in this ball game.
Greenwell to left field. Sheridan there. And Mike Greenwell is out on the first pitch. There are 2 down. For Evans, his 11th home run and his 77th run batted in.
Has to be a nice feeling when you see that ball drop into the net, give your team a lead in a big series. Yes, it's in there.
You got it. Todd Benziger is the batter. And the ball. Todd hitting .277 with 10 home runs and 46 runs batted in. And of all the people, probably individually had the best road trip offensively of any member of the Red Sox. He certainly led them all in Detroit in that 5-game set.
77 RBI now for Dwight Evans, moves him right up behind Dave Winfield. The Yankees are 78, moving up on the leaders.
He has very quietly done that, too. It's a 1-2 count to Benziger.
It's a good split-fingered fastball. See it just kind of drop right off a table.
He has got a good one. He'll throw hard and keep it down low.
See the action of this pitch. Watch the bottom fall out of it. Boom.
1-2 offering. Fastball inside. 2-2. Red Sox leading 2-0 the first inning. Al Bunbury got himself caught in between.
Al's not used to those quick ground balls. Being an outfielder, usually by the time they get to him, they slow up.
Where he played in center field so well for the Baltimore Orioles. Robinson with a count of 2-2 to Benziger. Jeff Robinson, really the baby of the pitching staff over in Detroit, of the starters. The rest of them, Walt Terrell, Frank Tanana, Jack Morris, all of them have a few miles on them.
Well, they all have an idea how to pitch
Joel
hitters,
Alexander.
and they can get the job done.
Benziger has the count 3-2. And he struck him out with a fastball. Benziger out on strikes. Red Sox pick up 2 on the Evans homer. And after 1 inning, they lead 2-0.
Tonight at Red Roof Inn, Bill gets Wi-Fi
Wired, wireless.
and gets down to business.
Multitasking. Beep-de-boop, boop, I'm working here.
Don't miss the redesigned, rededicated Red Roof Inn and Accor Hotel.
I want them to be proud to have the Boston Bruins logo on their chest.
The Boston Bruins are proud to select Phil Kessel.
It's a great honor to be sitting here as the new coach of the Boston Bruins.
This team is on the way.
I don't think there's a harder defenseman in the league than this gentleman here.
It's my commitment to bring back a winning tradition to the Boston Bruins organization.
Tonight at Red Roof Inn, guests get great deals at redroof.com
Oh, that deal's hot.
and get a great deal more than they expected.
How low can you go?
Don't miss red hot deals from Red Roof Inn and Accor Hotel.
You're watching Red Sox Classics on NESN. We pick up action later in the game.
Kind of a funny game up to this point.
Yeah, it has been. Bases loaded on walks, and he gets out of it. Throwing error on the shortstop to get the Tiger run in. A strikeout by Benziger. He goes to first base on a wild pitch, but still cannot get around. Matt Noakes is up against Mike Boddicker. 2-0. Noakes hit into a forced play, fielder's choice play actually, in the second inning to Benziger, who nailed Lemon at second. Then on the return throw by Owen, Noakes went on to second base and a run scored. Base hit, center field. Hit number 3 for Detroit.
Boddicker knew he made a mistake as soon as he let that ball go. Left the off-speed pitch up. And then after the base hit up the middle by Noakes, you could see Boddicker signaling to Gedman that, yep, pitch was up.
Noakes leads with a single in the 5th.
Oh, you let one go like that, you just hope it stays in the ballpark or they foul it off. Or...
Even just stay a single. Tom Bolton in the bullpen for Boston. Darrell Evans up, takes ball 1. He was called out on strikes in the second. Mike Smithson has joined Bolton for Boston. So Mike is back in the bullpen now after serving his time as doing double, triple duty and pitched some tough games as a starter. Down to Reed. 1, 2. Reed to Owen to Benziger for the second Red Sox double play.
Turning the fastball over a little to Evans, cards this ground ball to Reed, and once he handles this ball, it looks like he's been doing this for a number of years. Playing the ball out in front of him, making that little spin to second base, the good throw. Shoulder high to Spike Owen, and The rest is very routine.
So 2 out in a hurry. And Boddicker now will face Dwayne Murphy. Well, they bunt again. Murphy this time bunting toward third, foul. Joey Reed's uniform is absolutely filthy already.
Not that part of it. Hasn't been on his back yet. He's been on his stomach a lot.
Yeah. 1 strike to Murphy. Oh, boy. Ephus. Got to wait, count the seams, wonder if you want to try for it or let it go by. And it is nothing in 2. Showing the fastball out there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right side, Benziger. That's all. So the Tigers go fairly quietly despite a base hit in the 5th inning. And after 4 1/2, the Red Sox lead 2-1.
People say the #1 reason they don't give blood is that they've never been asked.
Consider yourself asked. Call the American Red Cross today at 1-800-GIVE-LIFE to schedule an appointment.
Every Friday the Sox are in town, Fenway gets a little friendlier. Tune in NESN and start your weekend early. It's Friday Night Fenway, presented by the Sullivan and McLaughlin Companies. Home game Fridays at 5:30 on NESN.
Hey, what happens if you can't catch a Sox game during the week?
After an exciting week in the nation, unwind with Rewind.
So join me, Hazel May, every week while we highlight the week that was by bringing you Red Sox highlights, interviews, team news, and more.
Makes the catch and bangs into
How'd they do that?
Man, Hazel, you don't miss a thing.
So remember, be kind and rewind.
Granite City Electric's Red Sox Rewind, Monday and Tuesday nights only on NESN.
Evans hit a 2-run homer in the 1st for the Red Sox scoring. He flied to right field in the 3rd. Talking with Larry McCroy.
Well, there hasn't been a pitch yet, so I have no idea what this conversation may be about.
It wasn't the last time at bat because he went after the first pitch and popped up to right field. Goes for the first pitch and lines it into left. 1 on, nobody out. Evans 2 for 3. Hot shot to left field.
Evans picking on that first pitch, driving it to right field. After falling under 300 for a day or so, right back on top of 300 again.
A lot of top spin on that one. Sinking line drive. Now Mike Greenwell is up. Strike 1. Greenwell 1 for 2, a double to right field in the 3rd. Red Sox have had runners on in every inning, but have been able to score only twice. The 2-run homer by Dwight Evans. And that's a base hit into right field. That'll get Evans to 3rd. Greenwell at 1st, Evans at 3rd, nobody out. So once again, Robinson finds himself in a jam.
Man on first base, try to look for a pitch that you can pull. Drive for that hole between 1st and 2nd. Greenwell elects to bounce this ball over Bergman's head, who was holding Evans on, and the Red Sox are able to play a little 1st and 3rd. Billy Muffet again out to the mound to have a talk with Robinson.
Don Hinkle again up in the bullpen for Detroit. Robinson has given up 7 hits, but just 2 runs. However, the Red Sox in a pretty good position right now with 2 on and nobody out. They have hit into a double play to hurt them in the 3rd. They have stranded 5 men in 2 other innings. Hinkle up for the 2nd time. Muffett, who pitched here with the Boston Red Sox for a time in the early 60s. Todd Benziger has struck out twice, reaching first base after the 2nd strikeout. Strike 1, flicking the outside corner.
We'll talk about Muffett joining this Tiger team a couple of years ago. Really stepped into a tough situation following Roger Craig, who was very popular with the pitchers. And
yeah, he was. Had the fork ball going.
Yeah, he taught them all that thing.
0-1 to Benziger. Fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Murphy at the wall, and a run will walk home. Evans scores the 3rd Red Sox run. 3-1. Benziger drives one to get his 47th RBI.
After striking out a couple of times against Robinson with the man on 3rd base, Benziger able to get the ball in the air, and this ball kept going. They caught up in the wind, had to drive Murphy way back to the wall. Looks like Murphy got a little shower, too, from a... Well, I guess that cup was already there. Evans tags from 3rd. He scores easily. Greenwell played it halfway in case that ball bounced off the wall, so he's still at 1st.
Jim Rice, the batter. Strike 1. Rice walked in the 2nd and bounced into a 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd. 1 out, 1 on, 1 run in. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to Jim Rice. Tries to check the swing, but cannot. Called by plate umpire Larry McCoy. No need for Coble to be appealed to.
Well, Rice doesn't agree with it. The breaking ball tried to hold up. Whoa. Looking to first base to find the call there, but McCoy had made it at home plate.
Down the 3rd, the runner going. The ball bobbled by Brookins. Everybody's safe. Brookins would have had no play on Greenwell. He was on the move. But he bobbled the ball and was not able to make a play on Rice.
Like Brookins tried to rush this ball a little bit, thinking that maybe he would have still had a play at 2nd base. Ball bounced right in front of home plate. Brookins puts the charge on it and hits right off the edge of his glove, right off the heel of his glove. No play anywhere after that boot. Tigers don't make many errors.
No, they don't. Particularly Brookins, who's very steady at 3rd. But now the Red Sox have a break. They have runners at 1st and 2nd. Ellis Burks up. Ball 1. Burks 1 for 2. He singled to left his last time up. Red Sox leading 3-1. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now Brookins has another chance, gets one there, and off the bag goes the throw. They do not get the double play, but they get the force on the lead man, Greenwell. 2 outs. Burks safe at 1st. Rice safe at 2nd.
Almost the same type of ground ball. Not an easy one for Brookins to handle. No way he could go around the horn for the double play, so tries to tag third base, and then an off-balance throw to the first base. Has to rush a little bit because of Burks going down the line, is off the mark. Again, that short hop. Trying to catch the ball and look at the bag at the same time.
So they're testing Brookins this inning. Jody Reed is up. 2 out, 2 on, 1 run in. Reed has walked and had a looping single to left center. Ball 1. Jeff Robinson has had a hard road to hoe in this ball game. He still trails by only 2. Gotten out of some messes. Has 2 on now. And it's ripped into the glove of Brookins at third for the final out. What an inning for Tom Brookins. Started off with an error and this time probably saved the run. Reed is robbed. So after 5 innings of play, it's Boston 3, Detroit 1.
Every day, people save more and more money on Priceline. Save when you find your own hotel. Save even more when we find it for you. Priceline now has more ways to save than any leading travel site. Priceline, more ways to save. And now, the 50/50 Hotel Savings Event. Book a hotel at one of the top 50 vacation spots this summer and save up to 50% off. Check out the whole top 50 list now, only on Priceline.
I'm a mom. You can't fool me. So when the satellite guys try to sell me a dish, I ask if I can get on demand. You know, an entire library of shows and movies I can watch whenever I want. They say no, but can I get local channels in HD without buying expensive equipment? Or discounts without a contract? They say no, but, well, with Adelphia, I can get all these things I can't get with a dish. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Upgrade to the Digital Silver Value Pack with HBO for only $12 per month more for 3 months.
Upgrade your trade at Bangor Chrysler Dodge. For a limited time, we'll give you 110% of your current vehicle's market value. That's 110% in addition to 0% financing for 60 months on selected models like Caravan, Ram Pickup, and Durango, which use rebates of $3,000 to $5,000. The 110% of your trade's current market value is in addition to all factory incentives. Upgrade your trade now at Bangor Chrysler Dodge.
Sixth inning, Red Sox lead 3-1 for Mike Boddicker. Boddicker has given up just 3 hits. Ball 1 to Brookins, who grounded to third baseman Wade Boggs in the 3rd. Line to left, base hit. Brookins on, leading the 6th inning. The 4th Tiger hit.
Well, not only will they make the big plays for you, they'll stick in a base hit out of that number 9 spot.
So Tom Bolton gets up again in the bullpen along with Mike Smithson as Boddicker gives up a leadoff single to Brookins. Boddicker has had 2 double plays turned behind him in the last 2 innings, 4th and 5th. Top of the order, Lou Whitaker, 0 for 2. Strike 1. Boggs on the grass at 3rd. Benziger holding against Brookins. Tigers down by 2 as they bat on the 6th. Wide swing on a wide breaking pitch. 2 strikes. Chester almost took himself out along the first baseline. Whitaker.
Quite a few of these today to Whitaker. This one breaking down in the dirt out of the strike zone. Way out in front. Nice job of blocking that by Gedman.
Foul ball. Each pitcher has had the ball moving this afternoon. Boddicker and Robinson, even though Robinson has had it a lot of times moving out of the strike zone and has had a small problem with walks. And one wild pitch that got a runner on first after a strikeout. Nothing in 2 to Lou Whitaker. Fastball, peeled foul. Count hangs that way.
That's the effect right there of all that slow breaking stuff that Whitaker's been seeing. Gets a fastball and well behind.
Can't pull the trigger quicker. Trigger makes it look a little bit quicker than it is.
Defensive swing, just trying to get the bat on the ball.
And the ball. Hits the breaking pitch into the tarp area. So near and yet so far for those fans.
He's really playing a mind game here with Whitaker.
He had a big rainbow curve on that one.
Yeah.
After throwing a fastball the pitch before. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a backdoor job that just misses outside, and it's 2-2. Fastball away, and that takes care of Lou Whitaker. What a job of pitching in him for Mike Boddicker.
He just had Whitaker totally confused the whole at bat. Didn't know when to look for a breaking ball or a fastball. Here slips the fastball on the outside corner, tailing away from Whitaker. Again, a borderline pitch, but you see Gedman set up right there, pulls it back in just a hair, and the strike 3 call.
1 out, 1 on, and Sheridan coming in. That was the 3rd strikeout for Boddicker, and 2 of them have been on Whitaker. Strike 1 to Sheridan. Pat has grounded out twice to the right side of the infield. One ball and 1 strike. Spun into left field, a base hit. Sheridan with a nice piece of hitting, singles to the opposite field. And now Tigers are at 1st and 2nd with 1 out.
Really did the only thing he could with that pitch. Low and away, took it to the opposite field. If he tries to pull this ball, that's that ground ball at second base double play. Same type of pitch he struck Whitaker out on. Sheridan just takes it to the opposite field. Now we get some trouble.
Yeah. Mr. Wonderful is up at the plate for the Tigers anyway. Alan Trammell, who is 0 for 2, fly deep to center and grounded to short. High to left field. All kinds of trouble. A decoy doesn't work. It's in the screen, and the Tigers lead. Alan Trammell, a 3-run homer. You cannot keep him down for long. Tigers lead it 4-3 as Trammell cracks in with his 12th home run of the year. Oh, mercy.
Well, you put Trammell in the 3 spot, you put him in the 4 spot, you put him 2nd, you put him 8th, 9th. It doesn't matter. He's going to cause some damage whenever he comes to the plate. And there's a perfect example.
So now it's a different ball game, and the Tigers lead by 1. Trammell hit a home run off Lee Smith on opening day to win for the Tigers. He comes back in August and drills one into the net, a 3-run job off Boddicker. to center field for Bergman, and Burks takes care of that. There are 2 down, taking some pretty good swings at Boddicker this inning.
This is the pitch that Trammell put up in the screen. The fastball that was running back in on him. In that situation, he's looking for the long ball, looking to put his team out in front. That's the type of hitter he is, a situational type hitter. Just enough.
It's a decoy that will never come down for Mike Greenwell. Looked up there hoping to freeze somebody on bases, but it's gone. Chet Lemon. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lemon has singled and grounded into a double play. Strike 2.
Trammell now in his career has 14 home runs against the Red Sox and 54 RBI. Hitting well over 300.
And a lot of them are so climactic, too, coming at big stages in the game. All those LOBs for the Red Sox look bigger now. They've left 8 in the first 5 innings. Dropping down the side, striking Lemon out. Boddicker gets his 4th strikeout, but damage done in between on a couple of hits and the homer by Trammell. And after 5.5, the Tigers lead 4-3.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by...
The map is wrong. 6/10. That's a period? What happened? Oh!
If everyone had a Magellan roadmate,
You have arrived.
the world would be a better place. Magellan GPS.
Catch your Sox round the clock with Sox in 2, presented by T&K Asphalt Services. Tune in game nights at midnight and the next afternoon for 2-hour game replays. NESN keeps your Sox on with Sox in 2.
Expo TV is a new network that helps you know your stuff before you buy it. Like bicycles. When buying your child a bike, there are 3 steps to a good fit. There should be 3 inches of space above the top bar. The balls of their feet should touch the ground, and their elbows should be only slightly bent. And we know that bikes are just one item on your summer shopping list, so check out Expo's Summer Fun category to shop on demand for all of your summer gear. Just press Guide on your remote and select Expo TV, only on Adelphia Digital Cable. Expo TV. Know your stuff.
When it counts, you lay it all on the line. When it counts, second place is not an option. When it counts, NASCAR is on TNT.
Jimmy Johnson to the checkered flag and into the chase for the Nextel Cup. That's what I call drama on TNT, baby.
Watch NASCAR Nextel Cup racing from Chicago, Sunday at 3. When it counts, it's on TNT.
Now would like to have a little bit of a birthday of their own, of some sort, at least a celebration. They trail by a run. Gedman with a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rich has had a fielder's choice and a walk. Jeff Robinson has had a long, hard afternoon, but all of a sudden finds himself leading by a run, thanks to his shortstop. 2 strikes.
Kind of the same situation we had the other day with Teddy Higuera. Really not on top of his best stuff, but once the team got him a couple of runs, he got a little bit tougher.
He did that. He pitched himself well back into the ball game. Red Sox left 8 on that day. Gedman down on strikes. It's dropped. Noakes to first base in time. A strikeout for Gedman. He is out. Assist for Noakes and a put out for Bergman.
Again, a lot of movement on the split-fingered fastball. Can make some swings look awful bad. Noakes does the job blocking the ball. Gedman off at first base. Good job by Bergman at first to get himself outside the base, make the play, and then tag. Instead of getting on the base and stretching out, that ball might have been by him.
Wade Boggs up, taking ball 1. Boggs is hitless in 2 official trips. Has walked once. Went down swinging his last time up. Ball 2. Robinson has 5 strikeouts in this game.
I would have to say, by looking at the defense of the infield of the Tigers, if Boggs was to bunt, they would expect him to bunt the second. Whitaker's in a double play death. Birdman's back. Brookins is back at third.
2-1. Gap in right center field in the outfield and along that right field line. Three balls, one strike. And Boggs draws a walk, and the Red Sox have the tying run on. They're in the sixth, and they trail by one, 4-3. That's the fifth walk given up by Robinson. He has struck out 5. Guillermo Hernandez, formerly Willie Hernandez, in the Tiger bullpen. This game is not that easy, Sparky. He knows that as well as anybody. So does Joe Morgan and all managers who manage particularly in Fenway Park. Spike Owen is 1 for 3. Strike one. He singled in the first inning and rode home on the Evans homer. Had a fielder's choice with the bases loaded to end the second and fly to center field with 2 on to end the fourth. One strike. Boggs at first. And a strike call on Owen. Jackknifed back, but had the strike calling on him by McCoy.
Yeah, start looking for that fastball sinking and running away from you, and then he'll straighten one up on the inside corner against the left-hander.
Owen down on the count, 0-2. And an Evans on deck. Blocked by Noakes. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Noakes has been very busy behind the plate today, blocking a lot of balls.
Got a wild pitch sail past him. A couple of third strikes that he's had to. One he had no chance on, and the other one had to throw him out at first. 1-2 to Owen. He's tied up by that, but gets a piece of it to stay alive. Montreal leading the Mets by a score of 7-3, and they're in the bottom of the 9th at Shea Stadium. Mets still holding that top spot of the National League East, but not really running away and hiding like everybody predicted they were. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Spike Owen. And down it goes into right field, but curving foul. Oh, he jumped on that off-speed pitch, a breaking ball, and just foul before the pole.
Left it up in the strike zone about belt high. Not quite the same movement when it's up there as it is when it's down around the knees.
1-2. Another one down there, and it is slicing foul, hooking foul, actually, off the left-hander's bat. So the off-speed pitch, Spike is a bit in front of, and 2 long foul balls down the line.
He gets something right here on the outside corner to Spike Owen. I believe he's probably going to get him. He's buried him inside with fastball and a couple of the split fingers.
I'll see what Noakes hangs out for him and where he positions himself. Yep, outside. Got him. Fastball up and away, and no chance. That's right.
This is the result right here. When you start thinking about the inside pitch, is he going to come in again? Now he's got the whole outside of the plate to work with. Keeps the fastball up and away from Spike, and strike 3.
And he had the count so that he could make it a bad pitch, which actually it was.
Right.
High and out of the strike zone. No chance for Spike. He just was overmatched on that third strike. So now there are 2 away with Boggs still at first and Evans up. Dwight has singled and homered in 3 trips. Red Sox trailing 4-3 as they bat in the 6th inning. Strike 1. This is what he did before in the first time at bat. That was in the 1st inning. That time it made it 2-0, then it was 2-1 and 3-1, but Trammell made it quickly 4-3. That's where it stands now. 1 strike to Evans. 1-1. Minnesota Twins have forged ahead of the Yankees now at the Metrodome. 6-2 after 5. Tim Loudner and Gene Larkin have homered for Minnesota. Anderson pitching for the Twins. Neil Allen has relieved Dotson for New York. Keeping it away from Evans, 2-1.
It looks like right here, Robinson, if he's going to give anything to Evans a hit, it's going to be away from him. Work him to the big part of the ballpark, center field, right center. So he left that first pitch to him, the one he hit it for a home run, left it inside, a breaking ball.
The wind is whipping straight out from home plate to center field. Ball 3. Greenwell on deck. 3-1 Evans' way. Here comes up here for a strike. He had the rip that time but didn't get it. And now it's 3-2. Boggs will set in motion. Robinson has fanned 6. He's walked 5. He's thrown a bunch of pitches. Red Sox have had runners on in every inning, but have scored only 3 times. Watch for the forker. High drive, left field. See you later, baby. Home run over everything. Red Sox lead 5-4. Dwight Evans, second home run of the day. And Boddicker feels better. Inside the foul pole and over everything in left field, headed toward Kenmore Square.
Well, he got it again. He got the same pitch that he hit the home run on in the first inning. The breaking ball that was left inside by Robinson. And man, did Evans know this one's going. He just stood at home plate and watched it.
No matter of whether it was going to stay fair or not, it stayed fair. It was hit too hard to go out foul. Look at that. There. Take that.
Oh, that has to feel good.
2-run homer, the second of the afternoon for Dwight Evans, and the Red Sox lead again 5-4. Jeff Robinson has been taken out by Sparky Anderson. Boy, he crunched that. The first one just made the net, but this one made downtown. Way back over everything. So, the Red Sox, with the bat of Dwight Evans smoking hot this afternoon, lead 5-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Robinson leaves, having pitched 5 2/3 innings All right, we're ready now with Mike Greenwell up to face Hernandez. Ball one. Greenwell 2 for 3 in this game. A double to right, a single to right. Two and 0. Red Sox in the last year or two have had pretty good luck against Hernandez when he was going bad, and of course gave the pitch that Hurst won on last Sunday. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. To left field. Hit well. It's going to make the wall, on top of the wall for a home run. 6-4, Mike Greenwell, opposite field. Number 19.
Oh, to be a left-handed hitter in Fenway Park and be able to reach that wall and go over the wall. After this home run, all the Detroit Tigers are standing there with their hands in their hips, looking out at that wall, looking at the flag.
Todd Benziger turning around to bat from the right side now. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but he had a sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the 5th inning. 6-4 Red Sox. And it's flying out of here now. They can look at the wall all they want, but they got 3 runs because of the wall. And Trammell's home run got into the screen for a 3-run job. Watch out. Down goes Benziger. Not surprised, probably, as Willie gives him a shave, or Guillermo. Pardon me. 2-1.
91 RBI now for Greenwell will tie him with Canseco.
Don Henkel up. Screwball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, there's the effect right there, that fastball that was in on Benziger. Then he comes to the outside corner with that pitch, and Benziger wasn't quite into it.
And he strikes out, and he'll go to first again. Twice in this game, Benziger has struck out and reached first base. So it's a strikeout and I guess a wild pitch.
Well, I wonder when the last time that's happened in the same game to the same player twice.
Yeah.
And both occasions, too, excellent pitches. A lot of movement on this screwball by Hernandez. Gets Benziger to take a weak hack, and back to the screen it goes. And Benziger on to first base for the 2nd time in this game. Robinson had done it to him earlier on the forkball. Or a split-fingered fastball.
Jim Rice, strike 1, he takes a hack. Red Sox must feel they are gifted this afternoon.
Still, it's only 6-4.
I know it. They've had people on base camped there all afternoon. They've stranded a mess of them, but they've had 3 home runs. Rice fouling it off his fists, and the count is 0-2. Jim is 0 for 2. He has walked, hit into a double play, and reached on an error. What a goofy ball game this is.
Fun at Fenway.
One ball, 2 strikes to Rice. Watch out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Todd Benziger, to Jim Rice, with Benziger at first base. There's a strikeout Looked like the screwball on the outside corner, and Rice is called out on strikes to end the inning. Well, he gets a couple of strikeouts, but gives up a home run. And the Red Sox get 3. After 6 innings, they lead 6-4.
Have you made the O part of your life? At Overstock.com, you'll find thousands of new products for your home, health, entertainment, and more at up to 70% off. Each order ships for a simple flat rate. The O Travel Store offers low booking fees, and O auctions are safer with their trusted merchant program. Plus, 24-hour customer service and a fraud protection team make online shopping safe for you. Make the O part of your life. Overstock.com. It's all about the O.
Know the score before the game. Tune in. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report for analysis, player features, commentary, and more. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report 1 hour before game time on NESN.
A lot of people think I'm nuts. I'm crazy. I'm kind of whacked. I'm kind of not your normal host. Think I'm dull? Oh my God, I caught myself. Welcome to the show. Where you been?
Sponsored by Obashan Hardware, the best show on H2O.
Mike Heath, catcher and right-handed batter. Facing Tom Bolton. Heath hitting .262 with 4 home runs, 15 batted in. The way this thing is going, it's by no means nearing its end. It's the 7th inning. The Red Sox leading 6-4. The wind blowing out on a battle of home runs. Mike Boddicker leaving the game with a 2-run lead. Went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits and 4 runs, 3 of them earned. He walked 1, struck out 3 through 84 pitches. Right back to Bolton. 1 out.
Plenty of right-handed hitters on that bench for the Tigers. Of course, Herndon, Knight, Salazar. The question is, how many are they going to turn around here, because they know that Lee Smith's in the bullpen.
And if it's going to be Smith or Smithson, and if something happens to Bolton this inning, Dwayne Murphy, the left-handed batter, is out on deck. Darrell Evans taking ball 1. Evans was called out on strikes in the 2nd and grounded into a double play in the 5th. Straightaway center, Ellis Burks. Now that ball was hit just a normal distance. Didn't look like it was going to be hit hard at all. It just carried with the wind a little bit deeper than the way it started out. There are 2 down. That wind is having an effect today. But not on the 2nd one that Evans hit. Maybe on the one that Trammell hit and the first one for Dwight Evans. They just made the screen, but Evans' 2nd shot was headed for Kenmore Square when last seen.
Even on those cold days in April, that ball would have been gone. That's right.
Dwayne Murphy, ball 1. Murphy has fouled out to the catcher and grounded out to first. One ball and 1 strike. Strike. 1 and 2. Red Sox would like to say hello to Harry Thomas Collins Sr., a longtime Red Sox fan from Andover, Massachusetts. 71 years old today. 3. That's all as Tom Bolton turns in a 1-2-3 inning. And we move to the bottom of the 7th. Boston leading 6-4.
When I go online to have fun, I go to 888.info. They've got lots of casino and poker games. So when your friends aren't around to play poker, you can just go online. It's easy, and the award-winning software is incredible.
888 has Texas Hold'em, roulette, blackjack, amazing video slots, you name it. It's my choice. I love it.
Go online to 888.info today, and you'll join over 20 million gamers worldwide who know quality. 888.info, where the world comes to play.
Combined.
Subway Dinner Theater presents My Hero, the compelling story of how the tasty new bourbon chicken sandwich, hot and fresh from the oven, swept an entire nation off its feet. Subway, eat fresh!
It's bold. It's clean. It's fresh. It's smooth. There's only one. Bar Harbor Real Ale.
More interviews, more coverage. From the field to the locker room. Delivered right into your home. Sports Desk tonight, presented by FWN. In-depth coverage beyond the scores.
Guillermo Hernandez pitching to Ellis Burks. Ball 1. Burks 1 for 3, a single in the 4th. Red Sox have had runners on the base in every inning in this game so far. Very high, back of shortstop, Trammell calling. 1 out. Jody Reed will be up. He has walked, singled, had a fielder's choice, or walked, singled, and lined out, robbed of a hit by a fine stab by Tommy Brookins, the third baseman. Bit warm in the Red Sox dugout and the Tiger dugout today. 97 degrees at game time. And expected to be about the same tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday. Strike 1.
Talk about the heat affecting the players, especially at this time of year in August. Makes it a lot easier to cope with when you're in a pennant race.
Oh, yeah.
I don't quite feel it as much.
The old ball yard, do you?
It's those teams that are 20, 25 games out. It's awful warm this time of year.
1 ball, 1 strike. Reed punches it foul.
I've been on a couple of those teams, too. When I was with the
Yes,
California Angels. And middle of June, see you later. You're out of the race.
I have broadcast for certain of those teams here, too. By Father's Day, you're right, it's done. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jody Reed. And kind of wishes that was called strike 3, but it wasn't. It was ball 2.
It looked like a pretty good pitch.
He just boxed it away with his mitt.
And Andy was coming off the mound telling Heath go back and tag him or something.
Mike Heath, a pretty good receiver throughout the years with the Oakland A's, went over to St. Louis in the National League, came back to the American League with the Tigers. Little high to Reed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And it is ball 4. Red Sox put another runner on in another inning. First walk given up by Hernandez. Rich Gedman is up. Gedman up with 1 out, 1 on. He's had a fielder's choice, a walk, and struck out in the 6th. Can always remember an at-bat that Gedman put on against Hernandez in Detroit in the '86 pennant-winning season. Came up as a pinch hitter against a left-handed pitcher and hit a grand slam in Tiger Stadium. Ball 1.
A little different look right there from Hernandez, dropping down on the side against a left-handed hitter.
1 ball, no strikes to Gedman. Red Sox are leading 6-4, bottom of the 7th. An obvious move to first base that time by Hernandez. Not quite so obvious that time. Reed right around the bag. Edging off to about a 3.5, 4-step lead now. Two balls, no strikes.
A lot of times when you can't figure out a move of a left-hander, if he throws over there 2 times in a row, there's a pretty good chance that on the next trip he's going to be throwing to the plate. That's the pitch that you can generally, just as soon as he moves, take off a second. Doesn't work all the time, but you can get away with it sometimes.
2 different kinds of looks on those moves to first. Gedman to right center field. That's going to drop toward the triangle in center. Reed given the go-ahead, and Reed will score. 7-4. Double for Gedman.
Gedman hangs tough against the left-hander. You mentioned the success he's had against Hernandez in the past.
They had him played way over toward left center.
Yeah, and he had a long way to go for this ball. Not really hit that hard, but hitting a good spot. Murphy has to chase it a long way. He's able to cut the ball off, but Reed never stopped in first base and was able to come on and score. Murphy just kind of flipping it back to the infield, trying to get it back as quick as he can, overthrew the first cutoff man. But even if he did hit him, there'd have been no play at Reed at the plate. Gedman on a second base with the double.
Rich found a half acre to hit into out there as they had overshifted Murphy to left center. So a double for Gedman drives home a run. Gedman now has 22 RBIs. And Wade Boggs is up. Walked twice, struck out, grounded out. 7-4 Boston, 7th inning. Ball 1. It's 2-0 to Boggs.
And then he's having a tough time controlling his screwball. He's thrown a couple of good ones. Basically, he's been either way up in the strike zone with him or bouncing him in front of the plate.
Got a strikeout with one on Rice in the 6th inning.
The ball was up. Looked like it was high.
Hung it up there, but it tailed away.
Yep.
Drops down. Boggs has the count, 3-0. Low for ball 4, the 3rd time that Wade has walked this afternoon. 2 on, 1 out, 1 run in.
Three walks on the afternoon for Boggs. That should move him, depending on what Jack Clark did today. Could have 83 now. Came into the game tied with Clark and Ripken with 80. That's a lot of walks.
Well, early in the year, they weren't messing with Wade too much because he was about the only guy for a while that he and Barrett that were hitting on this ball club, and they didn't want him to be beaten by Wade Boggs. There is a strike to Spike Owen, who turns around to bat from the right side against Hernandez. Spike is 1 for 4.
second pitch in a row that Spike thought has been high. The first one was a fastball. This one's the screwball. Again, it's up.
Oh.
Spike ducking it a little bit, bending down.
They called his upright position the strike zone, apparently on that, because the ball did hang up there. And now he's behind on the count, 0-2. Hit by the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hernandez trying to work his way out of this jam. He has given up 2 runs since coming in the 6th inning. Owen toward the gap in left center field. Murphy back. He can't get it to the 379 mark. 2 runs will score. It's a double for Owen. 9-4. Here they come.
Tough at bat right here for Spike Owen. A couple of pitches he didn't think were strikes. Ran one in on him, threw the screwball. Again, finds a gap. Murphy playing him over towards right center field. Much more power from Spike Owen from the right side. Drive in a couple of runs. Give the Red Sox a nice cushion now, 9-4.
18 runs in 2 games so far. No problem for the runs to score. Gedman coming across, followed by Boggs. And that is it, as Spike Owen gets his 2nd hit of the afternoon, a 2-run double. And he likes that one.
Looks like he had a few words for Hernandez, too. Maybe he didn't like that fastball in on him.
Yeah, well, he took care of it eventually. Hernandez is gone. I'm glad. I think that Guillermo's probably glad he's not in Tiger Stadium, because they'd really be on him out there. He leaves after pitching 1 inning. Ball 1. Hernandez, while he was in there, gave up 3 hits, all of them extra bases, 1 homer and 2 doubles. Ball 2. Two and 1 to Evans. Missing outside, ball 3. Never has hit 3 homers in a game. He has a shot at 1. I mean, the way things are going, he may get up another time.
Well, he's got a 3-1 count in his favor right now.
The wind blowing out. Takes ball 4. Henkel walks the first man he faces. The inning goes on as the Red Sox have 2 on, 1 out, and 3 runs in. Mike Greenwell has not had a bad afternoon. He's had a single, a double, and a home run. 3 for 4. Knocked in a run. Now hitting .337. Picked up 4 points so far. home run that Greenwell hit in the 6th inning, 19, equals his career high in a year. So that's another one that he will vault past easily this year. Off-speed pitch by Henkel. Down it goes for ball 2. Goes to third base. Brookins has no play anywhere. The runner's not that far off the bag. That was a little spinner, not a sharp line drive.
Yeah, 2-ball, no strike count. Little movement on that pitch. Kind of off the end of the bat of Greenwell. Not happy about that.
No, he isn't. Takes his hitting business pretty seriously. Now it's Benziger turning around to bat from the left side again. Hasn't had much luck from either side, but he's been on base 3 times, twice anyway, and he's knocked in a run. At the time when a sacrifice fly was important, he got one in the 5th inning. Knocked in the 3rd Red Sox run at that time. They led 3-1. He has struck out 3 other times, twice reaching first base on wild pitches on strike 3. He has not scored from there, however. Checks off. Heath having trouble. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two on, 2 out in the Red Sox 7th. They lead 9-4. On the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Things are going so bad for the Yankees today that Don Mattingly has been ejected from the game. That's unusual.
Yes.
Larry Young ejected in today. Down. And again, Benziger strikes out. The 4th time today that Todd has whiffed. The Red Sox get 3, and after 7, they lead 9-4.
Speed figures, pace, track bias, condition, class, post position, trips.
Yeah, all those things are important for sure. But if you want to be a winner in this game, you need to know what I know. From trainer patterns and intentions to jockey tendencies and tip-offs, from analyzing workouts to handicapping turf races, from reading between the lines of past performances to the critical body language of the horse in the post parade. It's all in my new DVD and much, much more. I promise to take you inside the game where you've never been before. Be a winner. Join me today.
Call now for your DVD copy of Jerry Bailey's Inside Track on Horse Racing and Handicapping at the special introductory price of $29.95 plus shipping and handling. That's a $20 savings, but only for a limited time. Call 1-800-509-4000. Jerry's knowledge, insights, and secrets are guaranteed to improve your success. So call 1-800-509-4000. Call now.
Sports Desk, New England's most complete sports newscast. No one covers New England sports like we do, delivering the information you need, focusing on the teams and players that matter to you, with post-game reaction from every game. More highlights, more interviews, more coverage. From the field to the locker room, delivered right into your home. Sports Desk tonight, presented by FW Web, in-depth coverage beyond the scores.
You're watching Red Sox Classics on NESN. We pick up action later in the game.
Shadows starting to creep on Fenway Park soil, and the Red Sox leading by 5 runs, 9-4 over the Detroit Tigers. And the Red Sox trying to come within 2.5 of the Tigers if they can win this afternoon. The Yankees are losing big to Minnesota so far, 11-2 in the 8th inning. Yankees coming into this game were 4 games back of Detroit. Jim Rice first up, 8th inning. Rice is 0 for 3. Facing Don Henkel. Ball 1. Little bending pitch for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jim. Walked in the second, hit into a double play, reached on an error, and struck out. Two and 1. Tomorrow is Roger Clemens against Eric King in the finale. And the last time these two teams will meet this year. Pretty early for clubs like this to have nothing else to do. There's a base hit. Down into the corner. Double territory with a hop out there. And Rice going into second base. 2 bases to lead off the 8th inning. Jim Rice gets his first hit of the afternoon. Boy, the extra base hits flying all over the place.
Looks like Kevin Romine's going to come out to run for Rice. Fastball running back in on Jim, able to get the head of the bat out, pull it right down that line, and join this Red Sox hit parade. That ball would have hit that jet out. It would have just been a single, but once it gets down in the corner, bounces around a little bit, definite double.
Sheridan was lucky it didn't get into that door and start rattling back and forth for another base. Kevin Romine running for Jim Rice at second. And the batter is Ellis Burks. No Tiger pitcher has escaped base hits. That was the first off Henkel since he came in. Burks is 1 for 4 this afternoon. And goes to the opposite field for a base hit. Charged out there by Lemon, and they will hold the runner at third. Romine held there with nobody out and 5 runs up.
Well, Romine had to hold up just a little to make sure that ball got over the second baseman's head, where it really wasn't hit that hard by Burks. Served out nicely to the opposite field, pitched low and away from him. Good job of charging this ball by Lemon. Comes up throwing. Romine will have to hold at third, and Burks has a single.
Back slider up with the stop sign. Runners at the corners now for the Red Sox with nobody out in the 8th inning. They've got 13 hits for their 9 runs. Paul Gibson in the Tiger bullpen now. Jody Reed is up, 1 for 2, 2 walks, and robbed of a hit by Tom Brookins on a line drive. Goes to the opposite field again, as Burks did. Burks will hold the ball thrown in there. Run scores, 10-4. Jody Reed knocks in his 21st run with an opposite field single. How come this team's like this?
Red Sox playing just a little right field hitting. Both Burks and Reed. This time Reed, the opposite field. Ball away from him, just doing what he has to do with it. Instead of trying to pull it, hit it where it's pitched. Get yourself a base hit, drive in a run. Little conference at the mound now between Brookins and Henkel. Maybe a little stall tactic. Give Gibson a few more pitches with Gedman coming up, and then Boggs. We may see that left-hander.
3 straight hits off Don Henkel here in the 8th inning. Double by Rice, single by Burks, single by Reed to score pinch hitter Kevin Romine. And a long afternoon for Sparky Anderson and the Tigers. who has given them, the Tigers have given people long afternoons all year. Suddenly they're back in Fenway Park, and Red Sox trying to make it 2 in a row. Paul Gibson, a left-hander up there. Gedman waiting around to hit. And Sparky will take the ball from Henkel. Gedman up. Ball 1. Gedman has a double to drive in a run amidst the fun this afternoon for the Red Sox. Everybody's had at least one hit except Boggs and Benzinger. Boggs has walked 3 times, though. Benzinger has had the rough time with the strikeouts, 4 of them. But he has knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly.
That last hit by Rice kept the hitting streak alive for him. Now 7 straight. Boggs needs a base hit to keep a mini 5-game streak alive for him.
1-1 to Gedman. Burks and Reed on the bases. The rainbow curveball for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Looked like a Boddicker curveball, except from the left side.
Kept biting away. The crowd today is 33,601. Another fine Saturday outing. Red Sox have been a pretty good Saturday club. As we recall, we have most of the Saturday games, and there have been some beauties here, especially the ones at Fenway. 2-2. Gedman to the gap in left center field. Again toward double territory. Burks has scored. Here comes Reed to the plate, and he will score. 2 more, 12-4. Rich Gedman, a 2-run double. No mercy. On and on it goes.
Well, 2 doubles today for Gedman, and both off left-handers. Once to the left side of the center fielder, this time to the right side of the center fielder, finding those gaps in the outfield, driving in the runs.
Closes the book on Henkel, gave up 3 runs while he was in there. A strike to Boggs. Henkel gave up 3 hits and 3 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout in 2/3 of an inning. And the Red Sox have just made this a laugher. 1 ball, 1 strike to Boggs, who has walked 3 times, struck out, and bounced to the mound. Fastball on the inside corner. 1-2 to Boggs. 6 different players have knocked in runs for the Red Sox today, led by Dwight Evans with 4. Gedman has 3. Ball and 2 strikes.
Again, you watch those hands of Boggs working in, trying to push that ball off to left field. He doesn't care if the defense is shifted over that way on him. He's not going to try to come out of his groove.
Asks for time, backs out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Red Sox have 15 hits this afternoon for their 12 runs. On base in every inning in this game. At one time they were wasting those on base guys, though. It's threaded 9 or 11 rather up to this inning. Ball 2. And a 3-2 count to Boggs. Red Sox trailed in this game once, very briefly. Alan Trammell hit a home run in the 6th inning to give the Tigers at that time a 4-3 lead. But right now it's the Red Sox 12 and the Tigers 4. There's the base hit. So Boggs joins the hit parade. Keeps a small streak alive, singling to left and sending Gedman to 3rd.
Well, that's one of the reasons right there, and we've mentioned it before, where you're constantly going to see this guy at the top of the league in hitting. Back to the wall, doesn't have a hit today, has to go up against and face a left-hander. And there it is, the base hit. Total concentration throughout the whole game, every at-bat, every pitch of every at-bat.
That is now 5 straight hits in this inning by the Red Sox. Still nobody out. Spike Owen. He's knocked in a pair of runs. Ball 1. Owen is 2 for 5, had a 2-run double in the 7th. Gets into a kind of a contagious thing, hitting and non-hitting. And in a game like this, when you've blown it wide open, everybody wants to just keep playing. If you're on offense, you just want to keep up going up there and hitting. They've hit everybody. Two and one.
In just a couple of days, the hits were so tough to come by. All of a sudden, boom, you break out, and you said that it gets contagious. And you have to wonder how much being in your home ballpark, where they've hit so well, especially the second half of the season, means.
Well, for many years, this has been a home park advantage for the kind of clubs they had here that were, in the old days, a whole mess of big right-handed hitters and Williams, the Yastrzemski types of left-handers. And then they go on the road and die. But they won here. Now this team is once again a Fenway club. Ball 4. Owen is on. Bases loaded for Dwight Evans.
Well, what do you think everybody wants to see now?
They're all up now. Evans has had a career afternoon with a single and 2 home runs. Knocked in 4. Facing a left-hander with nobody out and the bases full. Has never had a 3-homer game in his career. He would settle for a hard single right now. Ball 1. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a drive deep towards center field. That's going to be extra bases. Bouncing around at the 420 mark. It will clear the bases. And Evans has a triple. (15-4). 7 runs batted in for Dwight Evans. Talk about breaking out of it.
Well, he didn't get the type of pitch that he could put out in that net. The ball was on the outside corner. He just went with it. Went to the farthest part of this ballpark, heading toward the 420 mark. Clear the bases and end up on third base.
Mike Greenwell is up. Ball 1.
7 RBI.
What a day for Evans. Right out to the 420 mark. You can't hit it any farther and still be in the ballpark here. 2-0 to Greenwell. Gedman, Boggs, and Owens scampering around the bases, gleefully hitting home plate. 17 hits for the Red Sox. Sharp shot past Trammell into left field. Base hit. Evans scores. 16-4. And there's still nobody out. Greenwell knocks in his 2nd run.
Slices the ball off of the bat of Greenwell to the opposite way, slicing away from Trammell. Goes down for the backhand. Ball gets right by him. Another RBI for Greenwell. 18 hits, 16 runs.
Well, they left him on base early, but they are really cleaning them up now. 8 men have reached base in succession. There's nobody out. There have been 7 hits and a walk. 5 of those hits in succession. Or 6. 5 of them in succession before the walk to Owen. 9th man of the inning up, and Todd Benziger, he is due one. He's the only man not to have a hit. Ball 1, he has struck out 4 times and had a sacrifice fly. He has knocked in a run. And Benziger was the last Red Sox player to get 7 runs batted in a game. He did that in September last year. Knocked in 7 runs. I think it was in Detroit, too. 1 ball and 1 strike to Todd Benziger. Greenwell at first. He's had a 3 for 5 afternoon. Strike 2. 1 and 2 to Benziger. It's all over in Minnesota. The Twins wallop the Yankees 12-2, getting 16 hits themselves. Roy Smith, the winner over Dotson. Loudner and Larkin homered. There's a looper to center field. It is out of the glove of the center fielder. The throw to second base, a force out. So Benziger cannot get a base hit out of it. It'll be a fielder's choice. There was nothing else to do for Greenwell. He was caught. The ball was in and out of the glove of the center fielder, Murphy. But he quickly retrieved and fired in. It goes 8-4-6.
Absolutely nothing Greenwell could do on this ball. Had to wait to make sure the ball was dropped or not caught. Murphy comes in, tries to make a fine play. It just drops right out of his glove there. Has a presence of mind to throw it right into the infield, and then they have an easy force on Greenwell at second base.
So Benziger,
as soon as it hits his glove, he starts a couple of steps back. Now he sees it's dropped. Can't make second base.
Play went from Murphy to Whitaker to Trammell. So a crazy out there, and Benziger would have had a base hit had not been a runner at first base, because that would have been a base hit, not an error. Kevin Romine is up for his first time at bat. He came on as a runner for Jim Rice in the 8th inning. Stayed in the game as a DH. This 8th inning is still going on. Strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Romine. Jim Rice got a base hit before he left the game. He doubled in the 8th inning. Romine high to center field, and it is Murphy back. Wind blowing it a bit. Romine is out there 2 away. And Ellis Burks, the 11th man of the inning, is at the plate. Oakland leading the California Angels 3-0 in the 4th at Oakland. Ron Hasse is homered as the A's continue to lead big in that Western Division.
A 7 RBI today for Evans. That should put him up just behind George Brett at 5th in the league now.
Closing the gap. Gibson working to Burks. Ball 1. Ellis has had 2 hits. He is 2 for 5. Boggs has had a hit. Owen has had 2. Evans has had 4, including 12 total bases for Dwight Evans. Greenwell has had 3 hits. Rice 1, Burks 2, Reed 2, Gedman 2 doubles. Two balls, 1 strike. Montreal beat the Mets 7-4. National League East game. The Cubs have taken the lead over the Cardinals at Wrigley 3-1 after 4. Ryan Sandberg has hit a home run. The Chicago White Sox play tonight, and the reason we're mentioning that right now is that Carlton Fisk, if he catches, he probably will come within 1 game of the American League record for games caught by a catcher in all of American League history. Rick Farrell of the Detroit Tigers has that mark. Of course, Bob Boone has it, but Boone did most of it in the National League. Fisk can come, he can tie it on Tuesday and then move ahead next week sometime.
Good luck to him.
To Carlton Fisk.
Tie it, go ahead and put on many more.
They were given that information by, I imagine, your co-rooter in the Carlton Fisk for Hall of Fame fan club, along with Peter Gammons. A drive to left field by Burks, and it's in there for a base hit. Burks will get a double, and the inning goes on and on and on. Ellis Burks doubles to the corner, sending Benziger to third base, and right comes Sparky out again. And to paraphrase Casey Stengel, I guess, Sparky is asking, can't nobody in this game get anybody out? Runners at second and third. Burks with a double and his third hit of the afternoon.
Somehow Sparky will find something good out of today.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Say, well, he led it one time, and didn't that Trammell hit a great home run? Jody Reed is up, and he's chipped in with a couple of base hits and 2 walks. Robbed of a hit, too. He is 2 for 3. Now hitting .310. He get down around the 300 mark. Started to come up last night. Now has 2 hits in this game. 19 hits for Boston. Holy crow. A strike on that outside corner, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So far, talk about a home-and-home series. That is to Trammell, and mercifully for the Tigers, the inning is over. 12 men come to bat. They score 7 runs. And we go to the 9th inning with Boston leading 16-4.
Nobody will.
It's bold. It's clean. It's fresh. It's smooth. There's only one. Bar Harbor Real Ale.
It's GM Pollock & Sons Jewelers' annual Christmas in July sale. You'll find incredible selections of all fine jewelry at once-in-a-lifetime savings. We've selected items previously on sale at 30, 40, 50% off, and now up to 70% off. Christmas in July at GM Pollock & Sons. The tradition continues. A summer sale like no other. GM Pollock & Sons annual Christmas in July sale.
Salazar batting for Trammell. Here's a walk-on that was the big story for the Tigers the first half of the season. Luis Salazar cut loose, unwanted. Plays infield and outfield. There's a strike to him. Out of play. Hitting .286 with 11 home runs and 52 batted in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And chopped toward Romero, but foul. Just a bit outside, and a 2-2 count. So the Tigers will not lose any ground to the Yankees, but the Red Sox will gain a full game and be just 3 games out in the loss column. That's rifled toward the wall in left field. He played off the wall by Greenwell. Salazar will settle for a single. Greenwell with a decoy. Salazar wasn't going anywhere anyway.
Salazar's done a decent job for this club all year, much more than anybody expected. An excellent job for the Tigers, and not an easy situation. Sitting around for 8 innings, coming in, the game's out of hand. Get yourself a base hit off the wall.
He's been a big plus for them. Batter now, Ray Knight, who is batting for Bergman. Knight, a former Met and Cincinnati Red. Met, as you know, the Boston fans, in 1986. 1 ball and 1 strike. To third, and Romero with a pick. They've got 2. Everything's going their way. Nice pick of a trap hop by Eddie Romero, made it look easy.
Oh, smoothie, Eddie Romero down at third base. Ball a shot off the bat of Knight. And watch this pick by Romero. Had it all the way. Oh, I just turn it over.
Third double play of the afternoon for the Red Sox. There are 2 outs and nobody on in the 9th. And the batter is Chet Lemon. A strike. Strike 2. Here we are, the way it is right now, 91-91, Greenwell and Canseco. Evans coming up. 5th spot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a foul back. Tommy Bolton came in. The game was relatively close. He came on in the 7th inning.
Did a good job, too.
At that time, he had a 6-4 lead. He's got a definite save situation for him. Even if it had been bigger, you still get credit if you pitch at least 3 effective innings. And he certainly has been effective.
A nice quick 1-2-3 inning. Heath, Evans, and Murphy.
Now to play, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just inside, ball 2. Tigers all afternoon have left only 1 runner on base. Red Sox pitching and double play balls, and the Trammell home run taking care of that. That's out towards second, and it's Jody Reed over, and this game is over. A waltz for the Red Sox as Joe Morgan's crew makes it 24 in a row at home, and more important, makes it 2 in a row over the Tigers.
Behind the bats of Dwight Evans and Mike Greenwell, the Red Sox hammered the Tigers just as they had become accustomed to hammering any opponent that dared step on the Fenway turf in the second half of the 1988 season. When we return, we'll hear from Dewey about the Red Sox improbable run.
This summer, go to a place where the smiles come easy and the warmth runs deep, where every path brings another beautiful picture. This is Vermont, where relaxing is never a long shot. You're sure to improve your view, but more importantly, your outlook. Call 1-800-VERMONT or see us on the web at vermontvacation.com. Vermont, home to the farmers who own Cabot, makers of the world's best cheddar. Available throughout Vermont or in a store near you.
If you're like us, you'll never want to waste your time on a treadmill again.
This free DVD shows you how Bowflex's Tread Climber burns calories in half the time of a treadmill at the same speed. Call for yours now. You need to see this free DVD.
Tread Climber lets me get an amazingly effective cardio workout in 30 minutes. It's quick, it's easy, and it makes me feel great. And it's compact enough to fit anywhere in my home.
The Tread Climber machine combines the walking motion of a treadmill with the stepping motion of a stair stepper. So you do twice the work in one easy elliptical motion.
It feels sort of like walking in sand. A Tread Climber workout can burn up to twice as many calories as a treadmill at the same speed for great results in just 30 minutes.
I'd have to stay on a treadmill for 60 minutes to burn the same amount of calories.
Who's got time for that?
Plus, it's low impact, which keeps my knees feeling great. And if you think owning a gym quality machine is too expensive, think again. You can own your own Bowflex Tread Climber with no money down and payments as low as $23 a month.
It's a lot easier than going to a health club.
I know I have to take care of myself now if I want to look younger and feel younger. And let's face it, live longer.
And the Bowflex Tread Climber lets me do just that in a quick and easy 30-minute workout. Tread Climber simply produces results.
Bowflex built this machine so well that they even back it with a 5-year warranty. If you're serious about your health and you want to get a gym quality workout at home, then you need Tread Climber.
Call right now for your free DVD. It shows you why the Bowflex Tread Climber machine burns calories and works your heart faster than any treadmill on the market today.
Would you like firm thighs, tight glutes, flatter abs, a strong core, and increased metabolism? Well, Bowflex guarantees results in just 6 weeks. Call the number on the screen to get a free DVD or video that tells you about the most important innovation in home fitness ever, the Bowflex Tread Climber.
Nobody likes the game or loves the game more than he does.
Travel through time with Bill Spaceman Lee as he plays ball from Boston to Cuba in this unique independent film, Spaceman, A Baseball Odyssey, part of NESN's All-Star Summer Vacation, premiering Wednesday night at 8.
Hits, 25 runs in 2 games back at home against Detroit. It's amazing the way you guys come alive here at Fenway.
Well, we see the ball better. I hate to make excuses. I wish that we could do the same thing on the road, but familiar grounds, you know, the other guys have trouble seeing the ball in this ballpark, and we're just used to it, that's all.
Joe Morgan would go on to lead the 1988 Red Sox to a first-place finish in the AL East, and he would continue to manage the Red Sox through the 1991 season, after which he was replaced by Butch Hobson. But it was the beginning of Joe Morgan's tenure and the Sox' magical run to the playoffs that had become part of the lore surrounding the Boston Red Sox. I'm your host, Don Orsillo. Be sure to join us next time for another Red Sox Classic.
NESN Summer Vacation is brought to you by Vermont Tourism. Visit us at vermontvacation.com. The following is a special presentation of NESN, the New England Sports Network.
If everybody wants to sit down.
Is that yours? What represents your career the most to you in your eyes and your vision of yourself as a ball player?
See, I'm pitching, and it's the 9th inning, and they don't want to take me out of the game because they got a left-hander coming up next, but they can't afford to let me pitch to the right-hander, so they stick me out in right field, and I run and I make a diving one-handed catch. They bring the right-hander in, into the ivy, and I crush right in the ivy, and I just entangled in there, and the ball's hanging there.